Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, we are doing a 2021 NFL first-round mock draft with trades. In this video, we are going to be talking about potential moves that could be made during the draft via trades, and we're going to be talking about how I feel each team is going to pick inside of the first round. Is this going to be 100% accurate? No, because it is impossible to predict exactly the trades that are going to happen. Now, you might think there are a couple of teams that can move around to get their quarterback, and that's kind of easy to figure out. But then at pick 20 or 25 or something, when some team's picking, and you're like, oh, this team's definitely going to sit here, then some team moves around, they swap picks, and boom, you're incorrect now because of some move that happens that's impossible to predict. So again, this isn't going to be 100% correct, but we are going to have a fun time today, and I hope that's worthy enough of your guys' time. And if you guys do have a great time inside this video, you end up enjoying having fun with me, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Not only is it free, I post content every single day talking about the NFL draft, NFL, as well as fantasy football. This channel is centered mainly around fantasy football, and I assume people are into the NFL draft, they're into the NFL, they're also playing fantasy football, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. So let's get into it. At pick number 1, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, I feel like the draft really begins at pick number 3 with the San Francisco 49ers. Pick 1 is 100% a lock. You sell your fucking life for this pick. You know exactly what's going to happen. You bet the mortgage, you take out the second mortgage, and you gain $2 because the odds of Trevor Lawrence going here are so clear that you'd have to bet way too much money to even make 4 quarters to make anything. You're not making anything off of this bet. That's how surefire Vegas believes this is. That's how surefire everyone believes this is. Touchdown Jesus. Trevor Lawrence, quarterback of the Clemson Tigers, is going to be the quarterback of the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm sure of it, and he's been sure of it probably that he's going to be the number 1 pick for at least the last year. Plus, he checks off every single box of what you want a quarterback to be in the NFL. In today's game, while he doesn't necessarily have the greatest mobility, he's still able to maneuver his way out of the pocket and does have some decent rushing upside, has a good arm, is able to make passes on every level of the field, and is very accurate. To me, this is a no-brainer pick. At number 1, Trevor Lawrence, Clemson quarterback, goes to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And at number 2, the Jets are here. The Jets just traded Sam Darnold. This video's after this, the Sam Darnold move, obviously, so we can get some even more context as to what's going to happen here. There was, in my opinion, a 0.0000001% chance Sam Darnold was the guy. Originally, I was kind of bought in. Maybe they keep Mono Man Sam. Maybe they keep him. Maybe he becomes something after Adam Gase is gone. We saw it with Ryan Tannehill. He leaves the wrath, the guise of Adam Gase, and he becomes a fucking man, a rocket ship to the stratosphere. That's how good he is, right? We see Devontae Parker. Brian Flores becomes the head coach of the Miami Dolphins, and Devontae Parker looks like Randy Moss out there, right? We see it with Kenyon Drake. He's on the Dolphins halfway through 2019. He's on Arizona, and he looks like one of the best running backs in the NFL. What is the difference? He's still the same guy, but he doesn't have Adam Gase. So now, Sam Darnold is gone. He's gone, so they're going with their guy in Zach Wilson. There's a 1% chance, in my opinion, that it's someone not named Zach Wilson at this pick. Since they got rid of Sam, you know it's going to be a quarterback, and it seems like it's going to be Zach Wilson out of BYU, a.k.a. Mormon Mahomes. Zach Wilson, very athletic quarterback, has played in some not as difficult games, obviously, as a guy like Justin Fields, right? BYU doesn't play in the most difficult division. That game up against Coastal Carolina was a true test of Zach Wilson. Sure, they don't get the result they want as a team, right? But Zach Wilson looked very good in that game. I am very confident that Zach Wilson is going to be able to play at the NFL level, and I am very confident that there's going to be t-shirts sold of Broadway, Zach Wilson, all this stuff, right? About how great Zach Wilson is going to be. I think he will be good, and I think that the New York Football Jets end up picking him here at numero 2. Now at number 3 is where the draft truly begins. Like I said, Zach Wilson, Trevor Lawrence, surefire picks. Now we're sitting here at 3. The San Francisco 49ers were a part of that 3-way trade obviously, with the Dolphins, with the Philadelphia Eagles to make the whole draft move around. Now, the 49ers were a team that initially everyone was thinking, you know what, Jimmy G is probably going to be gone, right? You're thinking They don't like Jimmy G. It seems like the coaching there just does not have the confidence in Jimmy Guap that maybe they had a couple of years ago. Am I saying Jimmy G is bad? No, he's just an average quarterback, but they want to get the sexy quarterback, the pizzazz quarterback. So they do this menage a trois trade, and now they're here at 3. Very happy here. Who is it, though? To me, this pick is about as confusing as it gets. That's why we're talking about the draft beginning at 3. Is it Justin Fields out of Ohio State, who many people are beginning to hate on? We even saw last week, the last mock we did on the Draft Network, Justin Fields was all the way down there. Mac Jones is like the 3rd highest pick. It seems like the 49ers like Mac Jones. Then we see Mac Jones go to his pro day, is overthrowing some throws. Does that mean this guy's going to suck cock in the NFL? No, it doesn't mean he's going to be terrible, but it means that maybe he's going to fall further back, potentially, because of that. Do I think that that's what happens? No, but I think maybe it impacted Kyle Shanahan's brain. He saw it in person. He's like, fuck that guy. I want Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields is the pick here at number 3. There's a lot of debate about Justin Fields potentially with his ability to read a defense. Now, it's hard to fucking know how good a quarterback is at reading the defense because a lot of the time he's throwing to the first read. But all that means is that the first read is always open because Chris Olave is a beast and he's always open. So how can you knock him for that? So I'm going to go with Justin Fields here to the San Francisco 49ers. I also think it's possible that it is Trey Lance. Mac Jones, not as possible in my head, but it definitely is. At number 4 here, we got the Atlanta Falcons. Now, a couple of weeks ago, I probably was sitting here screaming about how the Atlanta Falcons are donezo with Matt Ryan. How they don't want anything to do with Matt Ryan. How he's going to play one more year max. And then Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones, someone is going to skyrocket their way into the lineup, and it's going to be the new Atlanta. New face. 28-3 gone. Matt Ryan's gone. Julio's going to retire soon. That old team's gone. Right? But then there's also the thought, you know what? Maybe Matt Ryan's still good for another couple years. Maybe he is, and maybe what we should do here is trade this pick or pick a weapon. And that weapon being named Kyle Pitts, tight end out of Florida. A tight end who's so good that people are saying he is one of the best fucking prospects in this draft. The best tight end prospect coming into the NFL ever. That's what they're saying. That's the noise. Is that true? Maybe. Who knows how good Kyle Pitts will be, but the assumption is that he's going to be very, 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 very good. The Falcons are here. To me, if I'm the Falcons and I don't want Trey Lance, I don't want Mac Jones, you trade this pick for everything a team has. For everything. And there's a lot of noise right now that the team that is willing to throw everything to get Trey Lance, to get their guy, to get a quarterback is none other than Riverboat Ran and the Washington football team. So for this mock draft simulation, Washington is climbing up the board. They're throwing everything at Atlanta, and they're making their pick at 4. They're thinking, you know what? Fitzpatrick might be good this year. He's not the long-term option. Heineke, not the long-term option. I want to draft Trey Lance. North Dakota State may not have had too tough of competition, but 2019 throws over 30 touchdowns, no interceptions. Rushes for over 1,000 yards. Very raw talent that we can mold and shapeshift behind Ryan Fitzpatrick. So I think that they get on the phone, Riverboat Ron or whoever is calling for the Washington football team. They call up Arthur Blank and the Falcons. They're like, I am going to give you an author. An author like fucking J.K. Rowling or whatever her name is, the person who wrote Harry Potter. Talking about, they're going to call the owner, not the author. They're going to phone him up, be like, Arthur Blank, I'm going to give you a trade you simply cannot refuse. A trade that you simply cannot refuse. So we're going to have to do this a little bit messed up here because I want Washington to be offering the trade to the Falcons. The Falcons, they're giving up their first round pick, right? They have to. They're giving up the 4th pick, and they're going to get a first round pick. They're going to get a 2nd round pick. Next year, they're going to get a first round pick. And I think it may even take a 2023 first round pick. Now, again, for these trades, I don't necessarily know how much a trade is going to cost to move up this amount of picks in the NFL draft. I do not know. Even you, as the viewer who just fucking grinds watching the NFL draft content, all that, shout out to you. Thank you for watching this video. If you have enjoyed thus far, make sure to hit that subscribe button. You don't know either. Maybe you work for Washington and you know exactly what it's going to cost, but frankly, it's hard to determine what it's going to cost. It's probably going to involve some type of player movement as well, not just picks. Guys are going to get moved in this trade. I think that the Washington football team gives up the house however much it costs to get their guy in Trey Lance. Bada bing, bada boom, step inside the room. They're getting their quarterback of the future in Trey Lance out of NDSU. If they make this terrific, tremendous, bigly trade to get a guy like Mac Jones, I'd be surprised. So I think they're all in on Trey Lance if they make this move. At number 5, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, I'm not a Bengals fan. I'm a fan of the next team. At number 6, the Miami Dolphins. If I'm a Bengals fan, I see it all on Twitter. They're all talking about, I want Kyle Pitts. I want Jamar Chase. There's going to be tackles in the second round we can draft. Now, think about what you just said. There is also, not you, I'm not demeaning you guys, the viewer, I love you. But that what they're thinking is, you know what? We need to get a tackle in the second round. We can get Pitts. We can get Chase, right? How about you use some reverse psychology, reverse thinking? Maybe you get the best generational talent tackle you can get in this draft in Penei Sewell, right? And then you just draft a receiver in the second round. Riddle me this. Is that such a crazy thought? I don't think so. I don't think the Bengals draft a wide receiver here. Now, I know there's going to be a lot of noise. Oh, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase played in college. They haven't played in fucking 2 years together. A year, 2 years, quick maths, something like that. Like, what the fuck does that matter? Just draft Sewell, protect Joe Burrow. There's no further thoughts on that. Now at 6, the Dolphins got the pick of the litter. They got all the weapons sitting here. They got all the fucking guns laid out. They're going to get their guy. But which guy is it? Is it Pitts or is it Jamar Chase? I understand there's also the narrative, like with Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, the narrative, Tua, Devontae Smith. Tua, Jalen Waddle. Right? That's a narrative, but I think it's between Pitts and Chase. Right here, 1 and 2. Which one will it be? Which hand is the fucking quarter in? Like if you ever played that with someone where they put their hands behind their back and there's a quarter in one of them. To me, that's like the odds of picking. It's 50-50. Which one is it going to be? For the sake of this draft, I think they go Pitts because I really believe that Chase and Parker are similar enough. They have Will Fuller, the deep down the field threat, the guy who is going to break free, be soaring, be flying like his name is Troy Bolton. I think that Chase does not fit as well in this offense as Kyle Pitts. But Nick, they have Mike Gesicki. I know, I love Mike Gesicki. Kyle Pitts is not just a tight end. He should be listed as an offensive weapon, a OLW, an offensive lethal weapon like the film. This guy's dangerous. I'm drafting Kyle Pitts. At number 7, the Detroit Lions are up here. And I think there's potential right now that this pick is also traded. Now, I think if the Broncos want to get Mac Jones, if they are 100% sold in on Mac Jones, they may have to make the move here to 7 to acquire him. Why is that? Because I think that there's potential that the New England Deflatriots are on the phone chatting to the Lions. There's a potential the Bears are on the phone chatting to the Lions. Now, if the Lions make this pick, the same thing could occur at 8 with the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers already have their guy in Sam Darnold. They don't move that weight to get Sam Darnold, to get rid of him. But Nick, they didn't trade a first-round pick. I know. I don't think there's any chance that the Panthers draft Mac Jones anymore because they got Sam Darnold. They got the guy they wanted. Does Sam Darnold has the potential to be really good in Carolina? I believe so. I'm a fan of Sam Darnold. I hate the Jets, but I'm a fan of Sam Darnold. Again, I'm not going to be besmirching the Jets here. They get Zach Wilson. That's what they want. But here at 7, there's potential for a movement, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I don't know if the Patriots genuinely really want Mac Jones that bad. I think by the time the draft occurs, we will actually know if the Patriots want Mac Jones or not, because they will have made the move for Jimmy Garoppolo. There's talk, Jimmy G, they want first rounds for Jimmy Garoppolo. You are not going to get one look, one even text you up at 3 a.m. At 3 a.m., you're not going to get one of those from the Patriots. You are going to need to, it's going to be worth second round, third round picks. Jimmy Garoppolo is still a solid quarterback in the NFL, but he's not worth a first round pick. So, by probably the time of the draft, we may actually know. Do the Patriots want Mac Jones? I'm not sure they want him this bad, though, to move up. And I think the Lions here, If there's no suitors, there's no one calling them up on the phone, they just make this pick here, and they could literally go with anything. To give a quick breakdown of what the Lions need, so the Lions are sitting there, they have like the map of how you build a Lego set, and they have 3 pieces of the Lego set. And they need to buy the other pieces to build this set. That's like what they're sitting here at. They've got like 4 pieces to the puzzle. The puzzle is 500 puzzle pieces, and they just have 4 pieces. That's what the Lions are sitting here like. So they could literally go anywhere. They could go Jamar Chase. They could 100% go cornerback Patrick Surtain. They could 100% go with linebacker Micah Parsons. They could literally go anywhere here. Anywhere and in between. Their wide receiver core is gone. Galladay in New York. Marvin Jones in Jacksonville. So what do you do? What do? You hope someone calls you on the phone and wants to trade. But I think the Lions, they're stuck here. Thumb up the ass. What do? They draft Jamar Chase to help out Mr. Jared Goff. At number 8, the Panthers are here. They just got Sam Darnold. That quarterback team need being at 4 is fake news. They do not need a quarterback. I believe there's a 0% chance that they draft a quarterback in the first round. Could they draft one later? 100% to be the backup to Sam Darnold, right? Wouldn't be surprised if a guy like Kellen Mond fell. A guy like Kyle Trask fell. Okay? Maybe they pick him. But otherwise, I don't think they do. I'm talking about like a 3rd round pick. I don't think they do. So they're sitting here at 8. They just got Sam Darnold. They have a pretty decent team. Now, they don't have the best team. They don't have the greatest team, but they have a decent team. They go ahead here, and they just protect Mono Man Sam. Now, it's going to be hard to protect him from Mono, but it's going to be easy to protect him from the defenders. You draft Rashawn Slater, tackle, out of Northwestern. At number 9, you have the Denver Broncos. Now, I know the Broncos fans wanted Deshaun Watson, but Deshaun Watson, we don't know what's happening with him. We do not know. More news is going to come out because more news comes out every single day. You go on NFL Network, they talk about it, all of this. The news isn't looking the greatest, but again, we don't know what is going to happen with Deshaun Watson. We do not know, but maybe before the draft happens, we do know. So that's some food for thought. So we're sitting here at 9. And I think Mac Jones is the selection. I think they're going to cut loose on horsecock Drew Lock. Do I think Drew Lock has the potential? Yes, because we've seen it in games. We've seen this guy go into some mode where this guy is seeing everything perfectly. It's like when you're gambling on shit and you just see the board correctly and you hit like every single bet that day, but then the next day you go like 0 for 50. That's Drew Lock. When he's on, this guy is red hot, looks like Patrick Mahomes. Obviously not actually Patrick Mahomes, but looks very good. But then there's the game where this guy looks like he's blindfolded in the pocket. Like he's in Bird Box or something. Right? So what do the Broncos do? I think they draft their quarterback. I think horsecock Drew Lock is destined to be a backup in the NFL. He looks like a fun guy. So, backup quarterback Drew Lock. They get their guy in Mac Jones, quarterback out of Alabama. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quarterbacks in the top 9. Now at number 10, the Cowboys are up. Now, I have heard some news that the Dallas Cowboys are going to be moving up to get Kyle Pitts. If they do this, Dallas Cowboys fans will legitimately, if they have any brain cells, will break their monitor. Break their television. Burn their jerseys. Burn everything. Because this just in, your defense sucks ass. Your defense is fucking awful. You need defense. Patrick Surtain's up here at 10. You close your eyes and you pick him. Close your eyes and you pick him. It's that simple. It's that simple. He's the best cornerback available. Now, there was some news, maybe Caleb Farley would be better than him, but then Caleb Farley messed up his back, had to get surgery. Nothing wrong with that. He'll probably still be a first-round pick, but Patrick Surtain, to me, is a no-brainer pick at pick number 10. You don't need more offense, Jerry Jones. At number 11, we have the New York Football Jets here. Not the Jets, Jesus. The New York Football Giants. They just brought in Kenny G, the shiny weapon, Daniel Jones. This is like, what was that? The Last Dance. When the Bulls they win the fucking championship, the last ride with Michael Jordan. This is Daniel Jones's last ride, but instead of Scottie Pippen and fucking Rodman and Steve Kerr, right? They got a ragtag group, but it's okay because the weapons are slightly better. I don't think they draft a wide receiver here. Before they got Galladay, I was so sold in, this is Smith, this is Waddle. But I don't think it will be with the fact that they got Kenny Galladay. Could it be? 100% because you can move Slayton for picks. I think Slayton is a very talented player and a team would want him. Shepard, he's okay. They have Kyle Rudolph. They have Evan Ingram, so I don't think they want a tight end here. Obviously, Pitts is long gone. Long gone, but there's also a narrative, oh, Giants fans want him. There's no way he's going to be here. I think Pitts could literally be a top 5 pick. At 6, he goes to the Dolphins. But we're here at 11. The Giants have everything here that they could want. I understand Jeremiah Osukarmaya is not necessarily ranked that high, right? As a prospect, he's the number 2 linebacker according to the Draft Network. This guy is a fucking monster. Literal monster. If it's like, I would literally shit myself if I had to go try and run past this guy. Now again, you shouldn't be doing your assessments of how good a player is based off a highlight tape, but I saw this fucking tape on Twitter. This guy is taking dudes' heads off. Will he be picked here? Probably not, but it was interesting to bring up. I don't think they go with Jalen Phillips here necessarily either. I think they end up drafting linebacker, and if Micah Parsons is here, they should be very happy selecting Micah Parsons, linebacker out of Penn State. To me, this is kind of a cookie-cutter easy pick at this spot. They could go with Phillips. They could go with a guy like Kwity Paye. But I do end up thinking that they go with Micah Parsons. At number 12, the Eagles are up here. And I think the Eagles are going to fall into the trap again. Every receiver they draft high seemingly is fucking awful. Was it Doug Peterson? Or is it Howie Roseman's terrible scouting? They go with Rager last year. Rager sucks. Before that, they're drafting J.J. Arcega-Whiteside early. You draft a guy named J.J. Arcega-Whiteside ahead of all these other good receivers. And now you have to sit here like this again, like an asshole. The fans want a receiver. They want a receiver. If I am the Eagles, I believe that we have enough receivers to get it done, and maybe they draft J.C. Horn. But I think the Eagles are going to fall directly into the trap they fall into every year, and they're drafting another wide receiver. Who is it? I think Waddle would fit best on the team. The best receiver still available, in my opinion, is Devontae Smith, but I'm drafting based upon what the team actually needs. Jalen Waddle, wide receiver out of Alabama. Now, he doesn't have the sexy stats. Waddle doesn't have the Heisman, but in my opinion, he fits best in this Philadelphia Eagles offense. They should be very happy with Jalen, and I waddled away, waddle, to the very next day. Bum, 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 bada, bum. At number 13, we got the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers, last year, they missed out on Tua. Fans slightly angry, right? Everyone doubts Justin Herbert, me included. I laughed in Chargers fans' faces when they drafted Justin Herbert. Boy, was I an idiot. I was an idiot. I was clearly so wrong. I'm going to be wrong on guys. Everyone is. Everyone. Literally. Everyone was wrong on Justin Herbert. Pretty much everyone. There's like 2 guys that had it right. 2 guys and gals that had it right? Everyone else was wrong. Justin Herbert's fucking amazing. So what do they do here? They could draft Devontae Smith. I think they have enough weapons there to where maybe they would more consider maybe drafting a guy like Azeez Ojulari here over a receiver. So I think they just play it safe and they draft Christian Darrisaw, offensive tackle out of Virginia Tech. Protect Justin Herbert. Protect the guy with the sick hair who for some reason cut it last year. Christian Darrisaw, Virginia Tech, top 13, goes at number 13 to the Los Angeles Chargers. At 14, we got the It's Cold Like Minnesota Vikings at this pick. Now, Mr. Trayvon Moehrig is getting his ass fucking shot to the... I probably already said this earlier, but just getting shot into the stratosphere. Like, people are talking about this guy's going to go real high before he wasn't even thought of as being a first-round pick. Now, again, we're not the NFL people who are actually making these picks. But it is possible he goes here, but I think the smart move is to draft Elijah Vera Tucker, interior offensive lineman out of USC, the Trojans. And very interesting, because the Trojan condoms protect you, and Elijah Vera Tucker is going to protect Kirk Cousins. You like that, as well as Dalvin Cook. I love this move for the Minnesota Vikings. At 15, The Patriots are here. Maybe, like I said, the Patriots are sitting here. They got Jimmy G, who they traded away. He's back. They're happy. Maybe they have Cam Newton. They're like, fuck it, we can do it. We got these guys in free agency. The Patriots made so many moves in free agency. It was the craziest thing I've ever seen because my whole life, the Patriots on free agency day do nothing. The first day, they literally do nothing. This year, they get like 7,000 guys. It's amazing. It's crazy. I hate the Patriots. It's crazy, though. I do owe them some respect. They're not drafting a quarterback here. For some reason, Kyle Trask is free falling through the opinion of the Draft Network. I think he's better than Mund as well as Davis Mills. So, but I don't think they'd be picked here in the first round, I'm just saying. So now we're here. There is a chance that there's reports that maybe the Patriots trade Stephon Gilmore for a first-round pick, and that would make it 100% no-brainer for them to draft J.C. Horn there. Very happy to get Horn at this pick, but I think they end up just playing it safe and drafting linebacker Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, and I am very scared as a Dolphins fan because that guy looks like he would murder Tua Tagovailoa. At number 16, the Cardinals are up here, and it fell to them. It fell to them. They can get J.C. Horn. They can get another cornerback. Patrick Peterson leaves. Boom. J.C. Horn is now there. They already have a pretty solid defense, bringing in J.J. Watt. They should be very happy with this. The fun pick for fantasy football, for offense, go with Najee Harris, right? Travis Etienne. One of these motherfuckers is going to be great. Both of them are going to be great, but thinking realistically, they would pick J.C. Horn here. Mr. Cornerback out of South Carolina, go Cox. At number 17, we got the Las Vegas Raiders up at this pick. Shout out to Jim Raiders down below in the comments. But I've pretty much done this every single time. I don't know what the fuck the Raiders are thinking. What was John Gruden smoking on when he decides to bring in Kenyon Drake and decides to get rid of everyone else? And by everyone else, I mean the whole offensive line. If they don't pick an offensive tackle here, I'd be shocked. Now, which one is it? Frankly, I'm not the biggest offensive tackle sharp, right? I know Slater's good, right? I know Darrisaw's good. And I know Sewell's good. Jenkins, Cosme, literally no fucking idea which one of these guys is going to end up being better. I think Tevin Jenkins, though, he does have the cooler picture. Maybe not on here, but he does have these sick glasses that make me think he's number 17 guy to the Las Vegas Raiders. He will fit in there at really right guard, maybe tackle, left tackle. Could really play anywhere on the offensive line. So they should be very happy drafting Tevin Jenkins here at 17. At 18, we got my Miami Dolphins back on the board. Now, we got our tight end. Right? But the draft fell like this. Devontae Smith is still on the board. I understand maybe Patriots fans would have wanted Devontae Smith, but I don't know if they would do that. I don't know if any of these teams would draft Devontae Smith. Maybe they would have. But in the case of the draft, the Dolphins are sitting here, right? They got Kyle Pitts. Now they draft Devontae Smith. Dream scenario. Now, I didn't set this up for the Dolphins because, frankly, what the fuck would be the point in doing that? Of making a video just so my Dolphins end up being good, right? I care about them being good in real life. And maybe this happens, and I'd be very happy. Devontae Smith, the Heisman man, Slim Reaper, to the Miami Dolphins. And number 19, the Falcons are here. They traded back, obviously, got the house with the Washington football team. They got a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and 2 first-rounders, so they have 3 total first-round picks. Again, is that exactly what it's going to cost? Probably not, but, you know, it's just for the video. So we're up here at 19. We're 30 minutes deep into this video, so we got to start speeding it up a little bit. Fucking remix to ignition. We're getting hotter. Now, what do they do? There's no tight end here. There's no quarterback here. You're not going to draft Fairmouth here. You're not going to draft Kyle Trask. So you just draft the best player available. You could go O-tackle. So you just go with the Azeez Ojulari, edge rusher out of Georgia. He will get it done for that Falcons defense that's looking to get much better. At pick 20, we have the Chicago Bears. Now, again, they're looking for a quarterback, but I don't think any other quarterback gets drafted inside the first round. I've seen some smoke about this Davis Mills motherfucker out of Stanford, talking about how he's going to be a first-round pick. I think Dan Orlovsky was talking about it. Now, again, I'm not the kind of guy to trash Dan Orlovsky for being a terrible NFL quarterback, because I was never an NFL quarterback, and I wish I was. If I fucking played as shit as Dan Orlovsky and that meant I made the NFL, I would happily trade that. That's amazing. So no smoke towards him, but I heard him talk about that. I believe, now again, I could be wrong, could have been some other talking head on ESPN talking about it. But we're here at number 20 with the Bears. Reports of the Bears may be trading Anthony Miller, I believe the trade was, for a second-round pick. Don't think I could pull that up necessarily, but I believe that's what I read. So maybe they're looking for a receiver here. They're probably just going to play it safe, frankly, and draft an offensive tackle. But I want to have fun. I think if they don't play it safe, they get rid of Mr. Anthony Miller. They draft Rashad Bateman out of Minnesota. They draft Kadarius Toney, Elijah Moore, Terrence Marshall, maybe any of these guys. Rondell Moore, I'm not too sure. I punched my cup. I'm not sure if he's necessarily a fit there because, I mean, Tariq Cohen's like 5'3". No, he's not actually, right? That's like really short, but he's short as fuck. He kind of does what Rondell Moore does, but worse, but they already paid him so much money. So I don't think Rondell Moore would be the selection. So we're going to go with Rashad Bateman out of It Is Cold, like Minnesota. At number 21, we have the Indianapolis Colts here, and I think the Indianapolis Colts here are very happy in getting a corner here in Caleb Farley. Now, I understand Newsome is ranked ahead of him, but if all the medicals come back fine by the time it's the draft time, by the time they assume, oh, he's going to be back by the start of the season, then they would just draft Caleb Farley here at number 21. Shout out to 21 Savage. At number 22, we got the Les Titans, and I think we see Michael Jordan 96, 97 potential back-to-back corners here, but they also only have A.J. Brown. They only have A.J. Brown. So they need another wide receiver. So I think any of these guys, it's very open. I would love to see Rondell Moore on the Titans, but I don't think Rondell Moore is a first-round pick. The Titans' offense is fucking crazy good, and it would be even crazier to see fucking Rondell Moore. What's his actual height? I think maybe they updated. 5'9", 175. The guy's fast, though. He's one of those guys that, you know, during the draft, it's going to be like, Rondell, it'll say, Mel Kiper's best available. If you're watching on ESPN, and it's going to say, fucking Rondell Moore, and then they're going to roll this package. Swiss Army knife kind of a player. Guy you can slot in anywhere. He can run all types of routes. He can do all these things. He can run the ball. He can do everything. He's shape-shifty. He can fucking juke left, right, up, down type of deal. That's what they're going to say. Maybe someone can edit that together. It'll say Mel Kiper, and it'll give my background noise. Obviously, no one knows how to fuck. I'm terrible at editing. There are cuts in these videos, but that's just because I cut because I just ran out of breath or something from talking for too long. So we're up here. Rondell Moore is a fucking spicy pick. Spicy meatball pick. I want them to draft receiver, but the receiver position is kind of deep enough where they can wait, and I think there is a decent fallout between Newsome and Eric Stokes. So I think Greg Newsome, who's looked at, I kind of say this in every video, but a lot of people talking about him as the sleeper at the cornerback position. Kind of may have been destroyed by the fact that Farley got hurt, but the sleeper, potential lockdown corner out of Northwestern. At number 23, shout out to Michael Jordan. We are with the New York Football Jets. The New York Football Jets. Now, the Jets, their wide receiver core isn't the greatest, but it's not the worst. But the corners are gone. But Jalen Phillips is still available, and I think they end up going with the defensive player over the wide receiver, and they end up drafting Jalen Phillips, and are happy drafting a wide receiver in the second round, getting Phillips here for the pick they acquired from, I can't even click on it. I believe this is the Seattle Seahawks move when they traded for Jamal Adams, and they gave away Jamal Adams. So Jalen Phillips, edge rusher out of Miami. Gregory Rousseau originally ranked ahead of him, but a lot of people, they're more on the new gun, the young gun in Jalen Phillips, who was kind of behind Rousseau. Rousseau opts out. The door's wide open. Bada bing, bada boom. Jalen Phillips, very good edge rusher for the Miami U. It's all about the U, and it's all about the Jets now. Jalen Phillips, edge rusher out of Miami. At number 24, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, when are the wheels going to fall off the Big Ben train, the Big Ben bus, the Triple B's Big Baller brand? When does it fall off? Will it be this year? Will it be next year? How many more years can he possibly play? What did he say? I don't know. Now, right here is where the fantasy guy in me is yelling at the screen, right? If you're the Steelers, get rid of James Conner, fucking draft Najee Harris, and we're getting fucking Le'Veon Bell, vintage Le'Veon Bell, right? Vintage Le'Veon Bell, like this guy wasn't drafted like fucking 7. I don't know how long Le'Veon Bell's playing in the league, but this guy has been a menace in the NFL for a long time, right? Wasn't great last year as a Chief. Hasn't been great in the Jets, but Steelers, Le'Veon Bell. Smoking weed. Le'Veon Bell suspended for 4 games. D'Angelo Williams balls out, then he comes in. Bam. The system in Pittsburgh is just amazing at drawing up these runs. James Conner, who's nowhere near the skill level of Le'Veon Bell, was able to do it. So imagine what Najee Harris can do. Imagine that. But then imagine the fact that the Steelers are not going to do that, and they are going to end up drafting offensive tackle Samuel Cosmi out of Texas. At number 25, we have the Jaguars. Now, it says the Jaguars need a wide receiver, but I frankly do not see them doing that. They bring in Marvin Jones. They have Laviska Shenault. They have DJ Chark. They have all these guys. I don't think they end up doing it. I think they get a little spicy here and draft safety Trayvon Moring out of TCU. At number 26, we have the Cleveland Browns, and I think the Browns here are going to get a little spicy. Kwity Paye really falling down the rankings of people, and he gets drafted here at 26 to go alongside Monsieur Myles Garrett. Now, there's also potential that instead of that, they go with Christian Barmore out of Alabama. If you guys watch the national championship game, he was all up in Justin Fields' grill. But I think they elect to go edge, and if Kwity Paye, we paid, shout out little baby, is available, we're going with him, Michigan edge rusher. At number 27, we have the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Baltimore Ravens need to draft a wide receiver. They just frankly have to. They just have to. Sammy Watkins ain't going to do it. Hollywood Brown ain't going to do it. You got to draft someone, and we're going to draft just the most basic wide receiver in Kadarius Toney, who can get it done in Baltimore. At number 28, we have the New Orleans Saints. Now, the Saints also desperately need a wide receiver too, right? Besides Michael Thomas. But again, you don't necessarily need to draft that in the first round because the receivers are kind of deep, but the Ravens, they really need to. They need to. So, at edge, we've got Jason Owe, who I think could easily be a first-round pick, and I think that's where the New Orleans Saints elect to go at this pick. At number 29, we got the Packers. Now, I joke about this in every mock draft. The Packers need a wide receiver, but they're never going to do it. Last year, everyone's like, oh, man, they're going to get their receiver. Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams, Aaron Jones, and Denzel Mims, and Justin Jefferson, and blah, blah, blah before the draft, right? Henry Ruggs, Justin Jefferson, I've probably said everyone's name, CeeDee Lamb, all of them, they're going to the fucking Packers, and none of them do because they draft Jordan, I know you love me, I know you care, fucking out of Utah State. Right? So what do they do at 29? Do they draft a receiver? No. No, they're not going to do that. They're probably going to draft like Christian Barmore, or they're going to draft like fucking Liam Eichenberg or Dylan Radunas, right? That's what they're going to do. So we're going to go with Liam Eichenberg. Again, is it going to happen? Maybe not. But it would not surprise me if a team like the Packers did something stupid like that. The Buffalo Bills are up on the board, and I know last time someone got so mad when I picked a running back to them. They're like, look up how the Bills draft. They would never do something like that, you fucking idiot. That's what they said in the comments section, pretty much. Sorry for yelling. I apologize for your ears. But that's what they were saying, right? But I was like, it would be fun if they drafted a running back. I'm not saying they're going to necessarily do it. No running backs have gone off the board yet. But maybe just done go in the first round again. Last year, only one went CH at pick numero 31 number 32 to the Chiefs. Maybe we don't see one go again this year in the first round, or barely one goes. That's how it's going to go if we don't pick one here. So, we'll just be no fun and draft. Let's see. I mean, they could use a receiver 3, but they really don't need one corners. I mean, I guess they would go Eric Stokes. I guess if they don't go running back, they're going to Eric Stokes because I don't think that they're going to draft Joe Tyron, Ronnie Perkins, Gregory Rousseau here. I don't think so. So I guess they end up going corner. They have no fun, right? Because I think Singletary and Moss on an NFL level, they're okay, right? They can get it done. But if you get a playmaker, a guy who is going to be a focal point of this offense, Najee Harris, Travis Etienne, Javonte Williams. Now, I guess some people won't put Javonte Williams with those guys. So say Etienne, Harris. Weapon. Offensive weapon. Can catch the ball, can run the ball like the best of them. Right? Again, not saying they will become the best of them, but can run like the best of them on our assumption. But I guess they play it safe. They go Eric Stokes, you know? So at number 31, we have the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs lose some O tackles, bring in some O tackles. I think they go receiver. I think they can wait, but do they want to wait? They draft Terrence Marshall out of LSU. At number 32, we got the Bucks. In every draft, the Bucks get the same guy because it's too perfect. It's too perfect. Christian Barrymore out of Alabama. They literally bring back their whole fucking team from last year. It says to draft a running back. I don't think they draft a running back. I guess it's possible, right? Anything's possible, but I don't think they do. They already got Rojo. They got Leonard Fournette. They have, fuck, bro. His name's escaping me. He was a guy so many people were a big fan of in fantasy, me included early on, but then I hopped off the board before the hype really got, like, people were still hyping on him in August, and I was completely off of him. I'm going to have to pull up the Bucks running back depth chart just to be able to even tell you who it possibly could have been. The Bucks running backs, and his name, it's not LaShawn McCoy, you silly goosey. What is it? It's fucking Keyshawn Vaughn. Everyone was on the hype train. I apologize for the delay there. Talking about him, I don't think they end up drafting running back here. I think they just draft Barrymore. Go safe. Continue to build on this defense. That's already Man U Week. So thank you guys all so much for watching this video. You're like 40 minutes deep. You could have watched Netflix, but instead, you hung around with me, Notorious Fantasy, Nicholas, if you're my mother. Thank you, Daddy, if you're my girlfriend. Funny, but my girlfriend wouldn't be watching this because she would never watch a video of me talking for 40 minutes. She gets that every single day because I talk a lot. But thank you guys for watching. I do genuinely I very much appreciate it. I had a great time today talking with you guys, and I hope you guys ended up enjoying. Again, if you want to see any of the picks, just pause the video, scroll up and down a couple of times. But I hope you guys did enjoy genuinely. I hope you guys do have a great rest of your guys' day. Make sure you guys stay safe. Happy weekend. We'll be back again Sunday with another video, probably talking about something different. And then next week again, we'll be back with another mock draft. I think as we get closer to draft time, right? The draft is just 3 weeks away from the NFL draft. I think we're going to start ramping up to 2 mocks a week for the rest until the draft. And then there will be a draft dropping draft day. Johnny Manziel. Years later, how am I the man still? That's a lyric by Drake. But there will be a mock on the day of the draft, the morning. You hop on there. That'll be my final prediction, the final locked in. This is exactly what's going to happen, 100%. Money, bet the fucking mortgage on. Have a great rest of your guys' day. I love you all. As always, guys, stay safe and goodbye. Please subscribe. Actually, use the word ranch somewhere in your comment if you made it this far. If you made it this far, I fucking love you. I love you anyways, though. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your guys' day. Stay safe. Goodbye.